Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with ReadyNet Solutions. Today's host is Bill Pedersen, and he is their Voice Product Director, and he'll be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please submit them in the question box, and Bill will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Bill, thank you so much for being with us today. We greatly appreciate you as always. I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie, and thank you everyone for joining us on this, what I would call here in Utah, a nice, cool, cold morning, about 34 degrees. The sun is finally shining after it's been dumping snow on us for the last few days, but it's always good here in Utah, and thank you so much for joining with us. And today we have a new product announcement that we're going to be talking about, and hopefully this will get you a little excited because this is now stepping into the new realm of AX on Wi-Fi, which gives us more features and benefits that we can utilize from our internet experience. And I believe you'll find this product is going to be very exciting, cost-effective for your customers, easy to manage and easy to deploy. And we'll talk about the management solutions as well also. So, introductions, the ReadyNet AX 1801. And you probably wonder why 1801? Well, it's just one step better than an 1800. So, but this is really exciting. So if you can see your screen on here, this is what the 1801 looks like. Very simple, low profile router. It's got a nice little slick aluminum design on the top. And then you'll also notice it's got this blue indicator here. We're going to talk about that. That is, it's kind of really unique and different, but that shows us our connectivity and our throughput, and shows that we've got good internet activity going on. So why the 1801? A lot of new technologies now, your televisions, just basically any Wi-Fi appliance now has the new AX technology, which basically means we can get higher and faster throughput on this Wi-Fi protocol. So 1800 basically means we get 1800 megabits of throughput on Wi-Fi. And we're going to talk about a little bit about the specifications on this, but I mean, all your new cell phones now, your Samsungs, your iPhones, all those, they all have AX technology. So why utilize AC? And AC, there's nothing wrong with AC, but why utilize AC when all of our devices, all of our newer devices have AX technology on them? So just gives the end customer a heck of a lot better user experience, and it creates some new things that we can do within the home with these routers as well too, to give us better coverage, and we'll talk about that here as well also. So our new AX, I'm going to just streamline over this. This is going to go fairly quick, and then we'll go into the management portal. I plugged one of these back in our lab so you can see it. But this is a dual core processor. We've got 5 gig ports on it. We got a gig WAN port on there, and 4 gig LAN ports on there. I had to choose my word correctly. So you can see here, 1.8 gigabits through Wi-Fi, 4 times faster than our traditional AC technology. So what does that mean? We can handle more throughput quicker, faster, allows us to also connect more devices on our network as well, and gives you that really fast, non-buffering type user experience. If you've ever had buffering issues, you'll know what I mean. But this is great. So if you're streaming television, everything's going, from a television perspective, we're starting to see streaming channels, whether it's YouTube TV, direct stream, Verizon's got one out there. It's out there. But yeah, streaming video content over our television. It's going to give us a lot better user experience. Same with audio too. Audio doesn't take quite as much up, but gives you a better audio experience as well also. And if you got multiple devices that you're monitoring within your home, maybe security cameras, this will also give you a lot better experience as well. So features, we'll talk about the features, excuse me there. Wi-Fi 6, so that's our new 802.11ax protocol. So on our 5 gig radio, we can go up to 1200 megabits and 575 or 73 megabits on our 2.4, which gives us the 1774 megabits. Everyone rounds up, so it's 1800. Easy way to productize and all that. Everyone marks up. Target wake up time to extend battery life. So if you've got things that are on UPSs, this will help save some power as well. We use a multi-user MIMO technology. We have, as you can see on our image, we've got 4 external DBI antennas, and we do beamforming technology. What does that mean? Down the road, when we do our next firmware update, you're going to be able to do mesh with this product as well too. And a lot of people, well, what's mesh for? Well, maybe there's that part of the house where your internet comes in and you have your main router. Maybe the other side of the house, the signal is a little weak. You've got a large home. Well, you can add another router and actually have these 2 routers talk to each other and basically use as an internet hub or an extension of your main router, so you can get that full coverage within your home. Of course, we talked about the 4 gig ports, and there's also 1 gig LAN port, or WAN port, I mean. And we're starting to see a lot faster internet speeds. So if you're a fiber customer, this is a great where you deliver gig internet to your customer's home. This is a great cost-effective router for that. Supports DHCP, static DHCP, PPoE, PPTP, and layer 2 protocols as well. So also supports the WPA wireless connecting protocols. So it's easy to add devices to the router just by pressing a button on the back and then pressing your WPA button on your device as well, or on your laptop. You can search for it and connect for it. Supports VPN server, universal repeater, multiple SSIDs, and one thing that we're adding, it'll be coming out really soon, is a guest IP address, or not guest IP, but guest SSID, that you can also set the limits on what you want the bandwidth for that guest user to have. So if you got, like my kids, they got their friends over at their house, you can let the friends jump on the guest SSID on the Wi-Fi, and maybe throttle their speeds down just a little bit so it doesn't mess anything up on your end. Smart QoS, Wi-Fi scheduler, you can set up time of day rules. It's got parental controls on this, manage your content as well as time of day for when your devices are connected. So a lot of nice little in the home type features that you can look for. Now let's scroll down to the fun part. Let's get into the techno geeko area. Hardware, you can see how that's set up. We're using MediaTek processors, and also our flash and RAM 16 megabyte, 256 megabyte. Our interfaces, there's our 4 gig, and our WAN port is a gig. Power supply is real simple. It's just a 12 volt DC input with 1 amp on the input. And then our LED indicators, there you go.
Bill, can you double check your audio? It seems like you've dropped out.
Our audio is restored. Hopefully we didn't miss too much on that. There's our data rates as well for our Wi-Fi signaling, reception and sensitivity signals. One thing that I really like about this is we've been able to, on this device, is increase our 2.4 gig radio sensitivity on this. And so what that means is you get a little bit better distance and coverage within the home on that frequency. Just software-wise, some basic stuff for applications that you can be using for this that we have on this product. I'll let you just kind of scroll through that. I don't think there's really anything that stands out that's very unique from what most of us are used to, but we throw that out there. Probably the biggest things, scheduling and parental controls on Wi-Fi. That's something that you can offer to your customers and let them be aware of it as well. It could be a little value add on the back end. Other stuff, just basically what you get the router, power adapter, and one RJ45 Cat6 Ethernet cable. Some of the operating temperatures as well on this also. Now, what does this look like from a management portal? Well, you can go into your devices and look up your products. There's my AX1801 that I have. You'll notice that now we've talked about this in the past. This blue bar at the top basically is letting us know that it's online. And I apologize. I don't have any traffic going through. I need to get my computer connected to this and just start running some traffic. But you'll be able to find anything and everything that you need to regarding the router through here. You'll be able to see devices. Looks like I got a Galaxy Watch that was connected to it at one time. That's interesting. I can see my traffic on my 2.4 gig and my 5 gig radios. Also notice I've already created a guest network as well too, and I can name those guest networks whatever I want. And I can actually see the traffic that's going on those networks as well. Wireless association, if you can see your MAC address, all your devices that are connected to the Wi-Fi, okay? Also, configuration. This is kind of the simple part. You can name your device whatever you want from the management portal. You're seeing some stuff that we have available since I'm a master admin. I can see all of our customers' devices here. But if you need to, we can assign them to your profile for you. WAN interface, DHCP, this is all straightforward, folks. LAN, wireless setups. I can go in and change the SSID, I can change the passphrase. And it's real simple. We use MQTT as our protocol. And for some of you that aren't familiar with that protocol, I'll just add a 2.4. So I can change this to a 2.4 gigahertz. I can save that, and I just send it to the device, to the router, and now the router has already got the 2.4. It just changed the SSID to 2.4. So if I had other devices connected to it, I just knocked them all off. But that's how quick it is to update these routers. So if I change an SSID or passphrase from a customer support perspective, they'll see this immediately when they have it. Services, we do have some third-party applications running, BARC, which used to be Router Limits. It's just a content management third-party application that you can add anyone needs information, contact your account manager, and I can get you the information on that. Diagnostics. So if you want to check your connectivity for your customers, you can do so right here, and you can run ping tests. Takes about 6 seconds to run this ping test, and then once it comes and updates, this will update as well too. So you can say, just updated a few seconds ago. There's some of my ping results. I can run trace routes to Google right now. We are going to change this so you'll be able to add your own address. So if you want to do an on-net trace route versus an off-net trace route, you'll be able to do so. I can do Wi-Fi scans on both my 2.4 and my 5 gig radios, and you can see we got a lot of stuff going on here. Just bounce over to the Wi-Fi. I haven't done this for 2 months, so let's see what comes up. Right now I show 23 devices. Let's see what we can get now. And you'll see how quick this works, or updates, I should say. Just takes a couple of seconds, and there we are. We've got all of our new ones. Now I'm up to 38 devices that we can see on the 2.4, and on the 5 gig, we're up to 26 devices. So it's really good to see, because you can also, if you've got MDUs that you're working with, or customers that are fairly close to each other, or you're having some signal issues, you can see these devices and what channel they are and what the signal strength is. So if you need to go back to your configuration on your wireless here, you can set up maybe a specific channel for that frequency, and help, maybe give your customer a little bit better user experience of what they're having. I can also run a speed test. We'll just run this real quick. This one takes about 30 seconds to do. And basically we're going to go hit the servers. We're going to test our download speeds, then we'll test our upload speeds. And then once that information comes back, it'll populate with all the information. It tells us who our service provider is, what server we actually touched within our out on the outside, which server we're talking to, our latency, and basically our distance from our connection to that speed test server. So there's some information. Downloads 41, and our upload is 5, which is spot on. We have a 40 meg download and a 5 meg upload, so a little bit higher on that. So, but yeah, so that's your diagnostics that you'll be able to run with the 1801. And then also you can change the profile name from here under preferences. And the neat thing is you can also do your firmware updates from here also. You can go through, I don't have any selected firmware set up on this device. You can see I've got Bark firmware, so we're using Bark management software on this device. We're just doing some testing. But if you had new firmware, all you'd have to do is just select the firmware. I'll just kind of go back to one of these and let's take a look. I'm going to just go into this one. We'll go firmware, and you can see all the versions of firmware that you have, and you can choose and then update firmware basically on that. So it's really nice, easy to work with, and we're constantly adding new features. We're going to be we're going to be adding WatchCat to this, which is a really nice option we've had a lot of requests for, that allows you to set up a time of day rule. Let's say every 2 weeks or something, you just want to just clean out that router and just reboot it. You can actually set up a WatchCat feature that would automatically just go out and reboot that router, let's say at 2 in the morning on a specific day of the month, and it'll constantly do that. So it just refreshes the router and clears out the cache and all that, make sure connectivity is good. Or you can be able to set it up that if you lose a ping test under our diagnostics, we can set up scheduled pings throughout the day. And if we lose a ping for X period of time, it'll automatically reboot the router on itself as well too. So it might help eliminate some customer support calls saying, hey, I've got connectivity issues. And you'll be able to see that under the status. Now you'll notice here on the top, I show a connected and disconnected. So this router has been connected online this morning, but if I go to here, you can see I've actually had it unplugged for a while, and that would show up as red. So this can correlate with what maybe your customers are saying, hey, my router's been down. Well, let's take a look at it. And you can go through and say, oh yeah, I've got this little mark here on January 14th. Yeah, it does look like you went down at, let's see, let me go back to that, at 2101 hours. And also you can see the IP address as well too. So great information that you can gather from it and give your customers a lot better, kind of user experience. So with that, Julie, I'm going to turn the time back to you, and we'll go over any Q&A that people might have on that are listening in.
Thank you so much, Bill, for that wonderful presentation. And yes, it looks like I do have some questions for you. Let's get started with the first one. Would the warranty for this new device fall in place with your other devices?
Yes, we do have a 1-year manufacturer's warranty on this from defects and that. So yeah, it follows the same warranty pattern. That's a great question. I should have covered that. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so very much. Next question here, of course, regarding the new AX1801. It looks like it's a really brand new device. It can't even be found on Google yet.
Nope.
When will it be released to the public?
We are actually taking pre-orders right now. They're in production right now, and so we should have these. I'm thinking by, if not by the end of this month in February here, 2023, first part of March, we'll have these in stock here. So MSRP is $129. Contact your account manager to get the dealer pricing on this, and we are taking pre-orders. Now, this router is replacing our existing ReadyNet WR1200. So if you're familiar with our WR1200, that one we got notified during the holiday break that it was going to go end of life due to component shortages. We still have that, believe it or not. And so we've been working on this 1801, and it's a good time. We still have plenty of inventory of the WR1200. If that's something that you want, you're interested in, give your account manager a call. We do have a good deal on those, but once they're gone, we are migrating to this 1801, AX1801.
Thank you so much for that, Bill. Next question. Will you be supporting battery-powered routers soon?
Battery-powered routers. I would like to get a little bit more information on battery-powered routers. If we're talking UPS battery-powered type routers, we have a great solution that we can point you on Amazon. It's a real simple little UPS device that you can connect to this router. I need to do some testing on it. I have tested it with our LTE products, and we're seeing about 6 days worth of battery backup for an LTE router. Same voltage and current draw, the 12-volt 1 amp. So I'm gonna say we would expect probably 6 hours, if not more, or not 6 hours, 6 days, or if not just a little bit more on this router as well. I hope that may answer the question.
Yes, thank you so much, Bill. We're going on to the next question. And I believe you touched on this a little. Does the device support bandwidth management?
Bandwidth management. It does. We can set up specific channels on Wi-Fi to monitor or to for connectivity issues. So from the Nexus portal, you can actually go in and change it from auto and go to a specific band on the router. You can also be able to adjust the output power, but right now the output power would have to be selected within the radio and not through Nexus. So you'd actually have to log into the radio through the management portal and turn that on and off. We've had some people ask for that, and that is on our list that you'll be able to select from within Nexus. So that will be coming very soon.
Excellent. Thank you, Bill. Next question here. Will the repeater mode on the router cut the bandwidth in half?
No, it will have its own channel for that. And that's a great question, because typically with other AC routers, yeah, you would basically not only cuts your transmission in half, but it's almost like half duplex. It's not a full duplex. So a lot of people will use the 2.4 channel to do their backhaul. But on this one, we actually have another channel set up that you can be able to add that without universally affecting the other frequencies or the other channels for your Wi-Fi. And let me add this to this, Julie. Let me ask you, if you are a WR1200 user and you end up migrating to the 1801, don't give up on the WR1200. We are working on firmware that will allow you to use the WR1200 router in a mesh mode as well too. So you can actually use those as your satellite Wi-Fi access points throughout the home to give you coverage as well. So it's a project we're working on, a custom project for a customer, but we're going to make it available here shortly for all of our customers once the 1801 is released.
Great. Thank you so much for that information. Last question here for you, Bill. Is there a way to export the reports / status on the Nexus GUI?
Funny you asked that, Julie. That is a great question, because I was just having that conversation this morning with our engineers. We want the ability to run reports, and I don't know when it'll happen. It is on the list. We're getting more and more requests for this, so it's a great question, and I'm going to throw that back to our team after our call here and let them know that we have another additional request. But the thought is that we'll be able to export this out as a, I'm basically, everyone's telling me a CVS file would be really good to have that you could just import into your Excel program and manipulate it from there. So coming to Nexus soon.
Excellent. Thank you, Bill, so much for answering all of those questions for us today. And thank you to everyone for attending. If you have any further questions, of course, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And please remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again. Bill, it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for continuing to support Microcom with our weekly webinars. And until next time, my friend, I appreciate it, and we'll do this again. Everybody, have a fantastic day.
Thanks, Julie. Have a great day, everyone.